Hello everyone. Hi, bonsoir, les dickheads. Welcome back to another episode of what used to be a weekly live podcast, Monday Night Live, every Monday night, live on YouTube. It's Monday, the 15th of July, and it's 9 p.m. So I'm back. I've been off for 3 weeks. 2 weeks? 3 weeks. I think I haven't done one of these in 3 weeks. Also, this is the last one for a while. This is the last Monday Night Live I'll be doing for a little while, until at least September, because I can't guarantee that I'm going to be here for the next any time. Next week I couldn't be here. The week after I couldn't be here. There's just, summer is coming, the holidays are coming, the Olympics are coming to Paris, my shows are coming. The only one that's not coming is my wife. Hey! And so I can't commit to doing these until September at least. And even then, I don't know if I'm going to bring it back in September straight away, because there are some other things I want to do on this YouTube channel which are not incompatible. They're just not the best compatibility with the Monday Night Lives. I'd like to bring back the podcast format where I would have a guest on the show, like I've been talking about. The problem is it doesn't work really well in this studio, so I might have to change the whole layout of it, which means not doing lives. I don't know. We'll see. But for right now, it's the last one to come back or not in September, or if not in September, in January, because who knows where I'll be in September. I might be on tour, doing my show everywhere. Who knows? So anyway, welcome to the show. Hello. How are ya? Lots of people in. How was the fireworks? Asks Control Alt Supprimer. I don't know. I wasn't here for the fireworks. I literally just got back from London about 2 hours ago. I was in London for my show, my work in progress shows, which is basically what I've been doing for the past 2 weeks. I have been working on the English only show for now. Which has been super fun so far. We've done 3 shows in London, 3 shows in Paris. Is that right? I think that's right. And they've gone well. The London shows have gone better than the Paris shows, just because, you know, in London the level of English is better than it is in Paris. So I'm doing this English only show, and it's just a way of me telling my story, my jokes, and my anecdotes only in English. So if you've seen my shows before, it's basically like a best of my previous 3 shows all combined into one English only show with some new stuff in there. And it means that you can bring along your non-French speakers who have never been able to come and see me live. That's the whole point in doing an English only show. So I don't know how the fireworks were. You tell me, how were the fireworks yesterday for Frenchy Day? Happy Frenchy Day, the Frenchies. Wasn't such a happy day for me, because England lost the Euro final to Spain. One more time. Very good, very good. So yeah, I don't know how the how the fireworks were. Red Becky, evening folks. I like your spiky hair, Paul. It is not spiky. It's a mess. I need to go to the hairdresser. This is part of the reason why it's the last live. My hair is a mess. My beard, I don't have time to fucking to shave. That's how busy I am right now. Yeah, exactly. We're back to full Paul with the unkept hair and fuzz. Yeah, I don't have time. Je n'ai pas le temps. Do you know what I mean? Misha Luna says, hey everyone, last one of the season. Oh, I'm going to miss you this summer. Yeah, I'm going to miss you guys. But I probably won't, just because I'll have so much going on. You know, like next Monday. I could have done a live next Monday, but the problem is it means that I would only have tomorrow night with my daughter. Because I haven't put my daughter to bed in like 10 days. Since Saturday of not last week, but the week before. Because I was in London for 4 days, and then I was in Paris every evening with my show. And then I just got back from London tonight doing the live. And then I'm seeing her tomorrow. But then Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I'm in Brussels, Paris. And then Sunday I'm off, and then Monday, and then Tuesday I'm in Brussels. Wednesday I've got a dinner, a professional dinner with a running group, Team Orange Running. And then, so it's too much. It is too much. So that is why I have to take a break. You know what I mean? Very good. Alexandre again. Hi, PT. Long time since I joined your Monday Night Live. Nice to see you again, especially your haircut. Jesus Christ, you're all about the hair, aren't you? All about your hair. And Austin's in the house. Carlos, and you live in France. No one is there from July to August anyway. This is a correct statement, Carlos. No one will be here. No one will be here anyway, apart from the people coming to watch the Olympics, which, good luck to you if you are. Am I here for the Olympics? I'm here. I'll be here the 26th, which is opening day, 27th, 28th. And then that's it. 29th, I'm in London for my last show. If you want to come to the show at the Bill Murray pub. And then on the 30th, my wife and daughter and I are fucking off on holiday until the 8th of August. I'm back on the 8th, and then I'm running the marathon on the 10th to close up the Paris Olympics. And then I'm going straight to Edinburgh, basically, after that. So, yeah, I'm not even here either, to be honest with you. Do you know what I mean? Oh, Olivia Chung was in the house in London. I went to your London gig, loved it, although I sat next to a very drunk woman. That is most of the fun of doing gigs in England, is that there's always some drunk people. Which gig did you come to, Olivia? Was it yesterday, or was it last week? I guess yesterday was last week. When did I do shows? I did shows Sunday, Wednesday, and Sunday. Which show did you come to, Olivia? And did I talk to the drunk woman? Patrick Schnwilly, you watched the final yesterday and cheered for England? Of course I did. I was in a pub in London, so of course I was cheering for England. Yeah, it was the same story that it was 3 years ago when we lost the Euros, and the same story I've always grown up with. So I'm used to England losing matches. So I don't care. Where's Olivia? Yes, Olivia, the first one on Sunday. Okay, the first one on Sunday. Yes, I told her to shut up. She was with a guy from Texas. I've already forgotten the gig. Yeah, I think she was in the middle of the crowd, and she was just talking away at some point. I was just like, yeah, all right, shut up now. I love it. I love it. If any of you follow me on Instagram, my favourite moment of the past 3 weeks we lost the match, of course, and one of the star players of the Spanish team is called Lamine Yamal, who's 16 years old, and still at school, the kid, and he's beating everyone. And so anyway, yesterday, after a few beers at the pub, I decided to go to a Shake Shack, which is a American burger place in London. It was on the way back to my hotel. And you order your food and you give a name, because then you sit on the side and then they shout out the name when your thing is ready. And some English guy with an England football team, they all were wearing England tops basically, put down his name as Lamine Yamal. And so when the food was ready, the guy from Shake Shack, I don't think he knew what was going on, but he started shouting, Lamine Yamal! Lamine Yamal! And the whole place just erupted into boos, just like, boo! But laughing at the same time, because it's a fucking hilarious joke. It's just one of the most English things I've ever witnessed. Just like, we've just lost a match to Spain in the final of the European Cup. You go to a restaurant, obviously, to play the prank, you just put Lamine Yamal, the star player of the opposite team, so that when the Shake Shack employee shouts his name, everyone goes, boo! Oh, God. Oh, so funny. That's how you do it. That's what the British sense of humour is. Self-deprecation. That is what we do. What's his name? Eve Stadler's in the house. He's already booked the Bill Murray. Good work, my friend. I don't know if there's any tickets left, actually. I say there's tickets left. If you want to come and see my work in progress shows, I think Paris is the only available. I think Paris on Saturday. Is that this Saturday? It is this Saturday. There are still some tickets available because we're in a slightly bigger room because with no other availabilities. And in London at the end of the month at the Bill Murray pub, the Bill Murray, and I think there's a few tickets left for that one. And then then you got to come and see the real show in Edinburgh. The Edinburgh Fringe Festival from the 14th to the 25th. I am doing the show Fuck Me, I'm French. That is the title of the show. And it's already... The cool thing... Well, the interesting thing with these work in progress shows compared to my previous shows is that the time slot is very restrictive. It's exactly 1 hour. I have an hour on stage because the Edinburgh Fringe Festival is 1 hour. So I have to do what I want to do in 1 hour. Now, in Paris, because the time slot has been kind of unlimited, I have gone over in the Paris shows. I've done an hour and 10, an hour and 15, just to get all of the things out there to see in which order they might fit better, if there's stuff that I need to work out, which there is. So it's exciting. These work in progress shows are exciting because I'm also revisiting some of my jokes and stories from previous shows that I haven't told in a while. And I'm telling them in a different context now. And it's kind of fun to see how that all works together and taking the best of all of the shows, mixing them together, and also adding some more ingredients to it. Super fun. It's like Christopher Nolan when he did Batman, right? Everyone knows the story of Batman. You just do it in a slightly different way. So it's fun. I like how you're already... you're saying good things about Yves Stadler. You look kind of cool, referring to the little thumbnail that he's got. I mean, he kind of looks like me without a beard in his little icon. Olivia Chung, the Bill Murray is a great pub, but they have some hecklers there. You have been warned. I love it. That's what I need to get. I'm not used to hecklers in France. So it's a good exercise. It's a different muscle to be working on, is dealing with hecklers at shows. I love it. Oh, Val H was at the show last night. Last night was nice. Thanks for coming to the show, Val. I appreciate it. It was great. It was last night was a really fun. All the 3 London ones have been really fun. The 3 Paris ones have been fun, but one of them was like a very French audience where they enjoyed it, but the laughs weren't as loud. You know, it was the fucking French audience just sitting there. Everyone's judging each other. They're scared to laugh. And then, you know, you'll get them a couple of times, but then at the end of the show, they're like, oh, that was amazing. I'm like, great. Why did nobody laugh? Whereas the London ones have been great. Also, the venue in London is better. There is a bar, so you drink before you get to the room, and so you're already in a good mood. Whereas in Paris, fucking no one, there's no drinks in any of the venues. I fucking hate it. Another reason why I'm trying to do English only comedy. Oh, Val, you were the stalker in the front row that came with your... you came with a man. I don't know if he's your man, but he was a man that seemed to know you. And you guys were great. Super fun. Yeah, Val was... I can't remember what happened. I went off script a little bit and talked about the fact that I'm not wearing my wedding ring. I don't even know why I was talking about that. Anyway, I talked about not having my wedding ring, and because people, you know, if I'm like, oh, I'm married, they're like, well, where's your ring? And I talked about the fact that I've lost weight because I stopped drinking beer, although I'm back on it a little bit. And then Val, front row, was like, and you're running. I was like, oh yeah, you fucking stalker. You know a lot about me. She's like, I know everything about you. I'm like, oh, she must watch Monday Night Live. We need more videos of Paul dealing with hecklers. Yeah, I mean, I should be filming the shows. I'm not, as of now. Just because it's too much hassle to bring the camera with me. That's another reason why this is going to be the last live for a little bit. Because I can then take the camera and I don't have to set it. It's a pain in the ass to set it all up on the tripod and the microphone and all this shit. If I was taking my camera back and forth every time. So, yeah, I might start filming. Also, one of my lenses is broken. Because Manu, my light and sound guy, who was on tour with me last year, managed to break the lens. So that's currently being fixed. And once that's fixed, and once I start doing maybe I should film the Edinburgh ones. I don't know. It's a good, yeah, potentially. Am I going to make a show in Quebec one day, says Sansmic 2000. I've done shows in Quebec many times. If it's Quebec City, I've only done it once. I did it last year at the Imperial, the Belle Imperial in Quebec City. Montreal, I've done shows multiple times. In fact, I've done all of my shows in Montreal. All 3 of my shows I did at some point in Montreal. We were at l'Olympia in Montreal last year, but you missed it, unfortunately, Sansmic. But I will be back in Quebec with English-only shows, which I don't know if that's really an interesting thing to do. But yeah, one day I'll have a French-only show, and I'll bring it to Quebec as well. I've been watching a lot of Steed Hofstetter clips recently, and he's a comedian who's made a name by shutting down hecklers cleverly. Oh, I like discovering new people who do the comedies. What's his name? Steve Hofstetter. Steve Hofstetter. Do I recognise him? Oh, I do recognise him. I've seen a couple of his clips come up. Yeah, nice. All right, I'll check him out. Nice one. Oh my God, is our group name Monday Night Stalkers? No, you're the podcast legends. That's what you are. Am I playing small venues? I am for now. Yeah, Red Becky. They're the small venues I'm performing in for these work in progress shows. They're all very small. Yeah, they're all less than 100 seats. So the one in Paris, or the one in Geneva. Am I going to Geneva tomorrow? Is it Geneva or is it Brussels? It's Geneva, not tomorrow. On Wednesday. That is a 50-seater, so really small. I'm doing 2 shows back to back there, so 7 and 9 p.m. And then the Paris shows it's 90 and I think it's 160 is the Saturday show, just because the 90 wasn't available. What else have I got? Brussels, it's 50 as well. The 2 shows in Brussels, back to back again, 7 and 9 p.m. They're 50-seaters. And the final work in progress is the Bill Murray in London on the 29th, which Anne Austen has just bought a ticket for, and that is 90 as well, I believe. So yeah, super small venues. Super small. I mean, super small compared to like the Zénith, which was the last time I ever did a 1-hour show. That was weird, actually. I didn't even think about that, was that I did a show at the Zénith, 1 hour. I mean, it was an hour and 15 or an hour and 20 or whatever. And that was in front of 4,000 people. And then the next time I did a whole hour on stage was last week in London in front of 72 people. So, changement d'ambiance. Control Alt Supprimer, no plan of streaming the marathon. Listen, I thought about it. I thought about doing something like a live for the Olympic marathon that I'm running on the 10th of August. But it's just going to be too complicated. It's difficult enough just running a marathon. Especially with all of my knee problems that I've had, which have come back. They went away for a couple of weeks. I took 3 weeks off running, and I started running again. Was doing fine, and then it just came back again. I'm like, for fuck's sake. So I think I'm not going to run at all until the marathon now, and just do cycling and leg strengthening and conditioning. So I'm going to be too busy in the marathon trying to finish the marathon. So I'm not going to be live streaming it. I might do an Instagram live before we go, and then maybe at the end, but the end is going to be like 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 in the morning. So no one's going to be on the live. The pre-live will be about 9, it could be at 9 p.m. I might do a pre-live on Instagram though, not on YouTube, because it'll be too complicated to do it, whatever. YouTube is complicated. It's not complicated. The lives that I do on YouTube are this quality with a proper camera. Shut up. It's too much. I talk too much. No one gives a shit, Paul. So I might do an Instagram for the marathon. Kenneth, will the Olympics help French morale? I don't know, Kenneth. Maybe. Probably not, though. Not like it did in the UK 12 years ago, because 12 years ago, we actually won some medals, which we came third in the medals table, I believe, the UK, Team GB. I think it was US, China, and then we were next, which was an amazing result compared to previous years. So not only did we host the Olympics, but we won the most amount of medals outside of those top 2, which they always win the most medals because they've got the most athletes. So it was really a morale booster, 2012 for the UK. This one, apparently the French are on track to win less medals than previous years. I don't know why, but speaking with Tony Estanguet a year or so ago, when I was talking to him about this, he reckoned, it was that France were going to win less medals hosting it, which is unfortunate. So I don't know if it's going to be a morale boost. I don't think anyone really cares anymore. It's people are talking about it, but I think people are more interested or talking more about the political situation in France. As always, politics is more important than anything, but more important than all of that is going on holiday. I mean, French people want a fucking summer holiday, especially in and around Paris. The weather's been shite for the entire year. It hasn't been sun. Today, I got in from London and I was like, oh, it's fucking hot. I had to take my trousers off and put some shorts on. Look at me with my shorts on. So, yeah, because in London, the weather's been shit in London, but the weather's always shit in London. So, you know. Red Becky, have you got some completely new material for my English shows? Yes, I do. I do have some new material that isn't in my previous 3 shows, but there is a lot of material from my previous 3 shows. Just, I'm telling it in a different way because the idea of the show is I'm introducing myself to people who don't know who I am. Edinburgh, most of the people who are going to come to the show are not people that know me. It's going to be a lot of people at the festival, so I need to retell my story for everyone who doesn't know me in the English-speaking world. So it's kind of a mixture of both. And that will carry on evolving as the show progresses over the next couple of years. Right now, it's a lot of material that I've already used, plus a bunch of new stuff. And I think as we go along, the new stuff will keep growing, and the old stuff will start reducing, if that makes sense. So it's super fun. Is anyone coming on Saturday? Mathilde! Some people said they'd already booked, so I think a couple of people are coming on Saturday. Eve Stadler's coming as well to the London show. Yeah! Let's have some drinks afterwards, London. Team GB! Because the next day I will be flying back to Paris to then fly to Sardinia on holiday with my wife and daughter. Natasha P. I didn't expect last night to be in a crypt. Yeah, it was weird, wasn't it? I knew it was called the Comedy Crypt, but it's like inside a church, in the crypt of a church. They've redone it into a comedy venue. Super cool. One of the coolest venues I've ever been to. It's just a shame it's not a little bit bigger. Otherwise, I would do all my shows there. Kenneth, will manager Adam wear a kilt for the Fringe Festival? I don't know. I doubt it. There's nothing to celebrate in it. I mean, there is, but it's also the summer, so probably not. I'm not going to ask him to wear a kilt. I'll be at the 9 p.m. show in Brussels. Good work. I'll bring ginger beer. How can I give it to you? Joshua, the best thing is just to give it to the venue staff. Give it to the staff of the venue. Also, manager Adam will be there. So if you spot him, then you can give the ginger beers to him. Ginger beer. La bière rousse. Oh, that's interesting, isn't it? If you translate ginger beer to bière rousse, that's actually a beer. It's not a ginger beer. It's got nothing to do with ginger. Gingembre. Rousse, as in ginger hair. Jesus. Oh my God, I need to see you in Paris in a fucking small venue. Well, Dorian, the one on Saturday it's a medium. It's a 169 seater. So I would say, at what point do we say it's small, intimate, medium? I would say anything under 100 is intimate. 100 to 300, I'd say, is small. 300 to 1,000 is medium. And anything over 1,000 is big for me. That's what I'm performing at. Or that's what I'm basing that on based on my performances so far. I would say, and what's my favourite sized room? I don't know. What is my favourite sized room? It depends. It depends, Paul. It depends. That needs to come back into the show at some point. I don't even know where that came to be, the phrase, it depends. It was like a running joke in my first show. I'll have to go back and think about why. Anyway, what room? I mean, some of my favorite rooms have been like one of my favorite rooms in Paris is the l'Européen, and that's 350. However, having said that, I also really enjoyed like the Olympia in Montreal, and that's 1,400. Also loved Strasbourg, which is 1,800. The Zénith was unbelievable. That was 4,200. So yeah, it all depends on the vibe in the room. So it's not necessarily the size of it, but it also depends on the vibe of the audience. Sometimes the audience are just not in the mood for some reason. Yesterday, they were in the fucking mood in London. Well up for it. The night before in Paris, they were... It was a little bit more difficult. Ollie P. Heckling is strange. In what other job do the customers think they can do it better? It's like somebody walking into a McDonald's and jumping out back and trying to make a better burger. It's not always the case, though, in the sense of heckling is not always just people thinking they're funnier than a comedian. It's sometimes an answer to a comment that somebody's made. So it's not... I wouldn't say the hecklers are trying to be funnier. I think the hecklers are trying to put off the person on stage. I would liken it to, since you've got a running picture, Ollie, of you running clearly a race of some sort, like a marathon or something like that. It's imagine marathon runners, and then every now and again there's a person with their leg out to try and trip them up, and so that they fall over and then get back up and carry on running. That's what heckler's like. Not that they can do it better. They're just trying to put you off to to see how strong you are to come back. I find it funny. And then at some point, obviously, it can get annoying. So then you get the security guards to fuck them out of the room. I went to go see an Argentinian trap guy at the Bataclan who has just played stadiums in Argentina and Spain, and he got ému, which means emotional, by being in a smaller audience. Yeah, right. And the Bataclan is 1,000 people, so that is small. I mean, of course, if you're Coldplay or this guy, I remember when Coldplay, I went to go see them in an intimate setting at the Casino de Paris, which I performed at subsequently, and yeah, the Casino de Paris is like 1,300, 1,400. If you're standing, it's probably more than that. It's probably closer to 2,000. But obviously for them, that's intimate. That's an intimate show. So, you know, but it is fun to see people in that sort of intimate setting. Intimate. When you're used to seeing them in stadiums. For now, most people around the country in France are used to seeing me in venues that are about 1,000, between 1,000 and 2,000. That's what most people around the country see me. Apart from like Normandy and Bretagne, they're always used to seeing me in about 200 to 300 seaters. Just because in those parts, it's difficult to find a venue. Weirdly, there's only venues that are like up to 100, 200, or like 900, 1,000, or more, or like 3,000. There's no like in between. There's no like 500, 600 venues in a lot of the places that I've been in Normandy or in Brittany. But like the big cities, Lyon, Marseille, Toulouse, Bordeaux, it's all about 1,000. So yeah, I think they would enjoy coming to a more intimate show in like a 400-seater, as an example. Whereas if the people came to the Zénith and that's the only show they've seen, coming to a 1,000-seater would be intimate. It's all about perspective. Et le perspective est. Daniel Osterdahl, sorry to bother you with that, but I was curious to know whether you would upload your Bisous Bye show on YouTube. I unfortunately couldn't see that show on stage, but I hope to see your next show. Listen, yeah, at some point, we're still working through it. I'm still, Manu, my light and sound guy, who's also an editor, is editing his way through it. And I think I will start posting that potentially in September. That's my current thinking. I'm not going to post it before September because it's the summer and no one will watch it. So I'll post it in September, probably September, October, with clips alongside it. And also, if you come and see my English only show, there are some parts of Bisous Bye that are in that as well. So you get the best of. The best of. So yeah, it'll be on YouTube at some point. I just need to figure out the logistics of when and how. Sorry, I'm going through the messages because I realise I'm quite slow going through the messages. Florian's in the house. Does your daughter realise that you're a media exposed person? How does she react? How is she dealing with you going on tour? It's a couple of great questions, editor Florian. Does she realise that I'm a media? No, she doesn't know what that means yet. Being a media exposed person. The only time that she does wonder why some people know who I am. Like, for example, well, that's not a good example, but it has happened where people will stop me in the street and she'll ask, who's that? Or who was that? I'm like, oh, it's just somebody that came to Daddy's show. She's like, oh. She knows I do shows, but she doesn't know what that means, that I do shows and there's people watching me and that they could potentially see me in the street afterwards. It doesn't work. So she reacts, in the way that she reacts, she just doesn't, she's like, oh, okay, what's going on there? She did ask my wife when I was running, which race was it? I think, was it my 10K? I think it was the 10K race that I raced with her. And she was wondering why people knew who I was. And I think it was more just because everyone's cheering on the side of the street as you're running. So she presumed everyone was cheering at us because they knew who I was. She's like, why do all these people know who Daddy is? So that happens. And how is she dealing with me going on tour? Yeah, it's more difficult than it was when we first met, right? When we first met, Louise was what? In the months. She was like 2-3 months old and I was away quite a lot. And then when I went on tour for my second show, she was, she didn't miss me because she didn't care about me back then. But now she does ask about me, where's Daddy, blah, 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 that kind of stuff. And she's happy when I come back, especially when I bring presents. Ooh! So yeah, for now it's manageable. Also, my goal is to try not to be away from home more than 10 days at a time. I think 2 weeks really pushing it. Because last year when we did Australia and Bangkok, Thailand, I think I was away for 20 days or something like that. It was too much. So trying not to do any more of that. Ollie P, will the Edinburgh shows be bilingual, half in English, half in whiskey-fueled Scottish? Yeah, that sounds about right, Ollie. Yeah, drunk bastard. Give us a fucking pint of whiskey. Yeah, dirty asshole. Kristen Kim, it's my last 2 days at work. Congratulations, heading to Paris on Thursday. For Saturdays, Kristen Kim, you'll be there on Saturday. Great work. Well, Kristen, you're in for a treat. It's going to be in a slightly bigger room, 169, and good times. What else have we got? Rosa says, I hope for you the fans coming to Paris to watch the Olympics behave better than the football fans for the Euro in Germany. There were bar fights after the match between England and Netherlands. Of course there were. There's always fights after England match. The Olympics, everyone's very civilized. It's a party atmosphere. There's no hooligans at the Olympics, right? Because the hooligans basically are only football. Why is it only football is the only sport where you really have like hooligans? Rugby supporters are all really nice. Tennis supporters are all really nice. I mean, I'm trying to think of another sport. I mean, I guess like fighting, boxing, but even then I feel like boxing fans are not going to have a fight outside if their fighter has lost. That would be fucking ironic. But even though there's football in the Olympics, no one cares about football in the Olympics because the teams are no one knows who's playing in those teams because it's all non-professional players, right? Apart from a couple of them. I don't even know why football is in the Olympics. What a waste of time. It's what the World Cup is for. Linda Wonder Woman's in the house. Petit coucou depuis la Bretagne, Brittany. You've just eaten sausage pancakes, des galettes. Ow! And there's going to be some fireworks. I love it. Well, oh yeah, there were fireworks. Yeah, it's for the 15th of July. Innit? Do you know what I mean? Do I ever get tongue-tied or stuck for words? All the time, Red Becky. That happens to me quite a lot on stage. Sometimes I'll be in the middle of talking about something and I'll just go, and my brain has a brain fart and I don't know what to do. Stuck for words, I can always talk shit. That's my job, innit? Luckily. Going back to heckling, Chivalrous says sometimes heckling can lead to amazing conversations between the act and the audience. Yeah, this is true. Super fun. I don't know where is the best to see you, and as you said, most of your shows are sold out. What do you advise? And for Edinburgh, any advice when we will be the best moment to come? Well, Mathilde, I mean, Edinburgh will be the best place to see me now, unless you're in Paris on Saturday. Because apart from that, or in London on the 29th, they're the only ones that have got tickets available. Edinburgh's going to be super fun, because one, it's at 3:10 p.m, which means that you've got time in the evening to go see a bunch of other shows as well. So it's a really perfect time. You wouldn't think it's a perfect time for doing comedy, but at the festival, it's great because a lot of big comedians do their shows in the evening. And so 3:10 p.m. is going to be great. You can have lunch, come and see the show, and if you're bored with it, you can just digest and sleep through it. Or have a shot of whiskey. Now, when in Edinburgh, I'm doing the 14th to the 25th. Obviously, the further towards the end, the show will be better because it will be more worked on and more honed and more perfected, if that makes sense. It's like cooking. That's what I'm doing. I'm cooking a show. And so it's like cooking. If you've got a new recipe, the more you do it, the more you perfect how many grams and how much salt and how much flour and how many eggs and the weight of that. And as you do it more, the better it gets. So in theory, the last one will be better. Unless, of course, something happens and I'm sick or something and I'm like not feeling well on the last day or something like that. Also, it just completely depends on the audience. Sometimes the audience as a whole are in a great mood and sometimes they're just not. So it's difficult to tell, Mathilde, but towards the end is probably the best time to come and see the show. And then afterwards, I don't know. I don't know what we're doing afterwards. I've got no plan after Edinburgh for now. So we'll see. Was it hard not speaking French at your Paris show? Yeah, a little bit. And even in the English-only bit, I do still speak a bit of French, but it's either unimportant to the joke or I translate it, depending on what the joke is and what the story is. But yeah, it is. It's difficult for me to get out of the habit of switching back to franglais because I've done it for 10 years. So it's difficult to go back, knowing that the audience is all mostly French people anyway. So yeah, it's something that I need to keep an eye on. It's interesting. It is interesting. And it'll be the same thing when I do my French-only show at some point. I live in Dublin. Not sure Paris with the Olympics will be easy, but we'll have a look. Thanks. Yeah, well, the good thing is the Olympics aren't starting yet. I'm not doing any work. The work in progress is this Saturday, way before the Olympics. So in theory, things are fine, travel-wise. Although today, getting back from Gare du Nord on the metro was a nightmare because I didn't realise they were doing the Olympic flame relay through Paris. So a bunch of shit was closed. So that didn't help. Oh, Gio Trevi, I'm currently at the airport in Venice, being delayed to go back home in Paris after the shittiest week ever. Glad you're here to cheer me up, Paul. Gio, we're here for you. How long have you got to stay at the airport in Venice? Are you going to be on the Patreon only live just after this? Because I'm doing a Patreon live after this as well. Those of you who are not on Patreon. By the way, Patreon people, patreon.com/Paul Taylor. For the next, while this is the last live for a little bit for the YouTube thing, I will probably still do a couple of lives here and there maybe for Patreon, but I'll also do some videos and keep you up to date with what's going on in our little secret, platform. There you go. I'm lost for words. I've forgotten what the word is. Yeah, Gio, I hope you're doing all right. And I'm glad I can be here to cheer you up, even though I don't know how I'm cheering you up by talking shit, but I love it. Jivan is in the house. A friend of mine pulled me along to your show at London Museum of Comedy last Sunday. Really enjoyed it. Les gens français aiment les roast beef, ouais. French people like roast beefs. Yeah, I think they don't like eating roast beef, but they like roast beefs. Thanks for coming to the show. I'm glad a friend of yours pulled you along. I presume it was somebody French. And that's the whole point of me doing a show only in English, is to get some new people on board that would have not necessarily been able to appreciate what I did, because it was all bilingual, and then the people not speaking French don't understand. What else have we got? Maher Ahaman is in the house. I'm back to living properly after getting married on Saturday. Congratulations, Maher Ahaman, on getting married. Nice work. So is life different? Is life really that different? It's the same shit, isn't it? Still having the same arguments about the same shit. Maher's in an airport as well. Currently at Doha Airport. Look at you all. You're all fucking at the airport. I love it. Cedric, quand ton spectacle filmé à Bruxelles va sortir, I already answered the question, but since you missed it, probably in September is when the show that we filmed in Brussels will be available on the internet. Yeah, man. Anaïs, I was at Paul Taylor and Friends show last month. Thanks for coming. It was really fun. Do you plan to do it again someday? Yes. The Paul Taylor and Friends will continue to be a thing. They will be every month, starting back in September. I didn't do one in July because I was doing my work in progress shows, so I wouldn't have been able to fill up the work in progress and the Paul Taylor and Friends. It would have been too many tickets. And August, I'm in Edinburgh, and it's also August. So back in September. For Paul Taylor and Friends, September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April, May, June, probably. So Paul Taylor and Friends, the show where I host a bunch of friends, comedians, and musical acts, and anything else really that comes along. I'm not only open to music and comedy. If somebody else comes and goes, hey, I'm a circus act, I'd love to be on Paul Taylor and Friends, I'll fucking have them. So that will be a monthly event in Paris. And maybe one day we'll take it on tour. It depends how it works. It depends, Paul. It depends. It depends how it works monetarily. If we can take it on tour and not lose money, to have to pay for 5 hotels, 5 trains, 5 meals, and 5. I don't know. It would need to be in a bigger room. So we'll see. Paul Taylor and Friends on tour, but I want to carry on the shows on a monthly basis. So yeah. Is the answer to that. So the mate that brought you along is Irish. He doesn't speak any French. He doesn't speak a lick of French. I love that phrase. Doesn't speak a lick of French. I speak a decent amount, but he likes your stuff. Wait, hold on. So who knew who I was? He dragged you along, or you dragged me along, or you dragged him along? Because if he how does he know who I am if he doesn't speak French? There you go. Interesting question. I avoid airports at all costs. I tell you what, I'm starting to prefer airports than the fucking Eurostar terminal, to be honest with you. Especially in Paris, the Eurostar terminal. Oh, what an absolute shit show of an organisation that place is. The London one today was almost on par with Paris, but it was still better. And what's ironic is from Paris, there's only one destination. It's London. But from London, there's like 5 destinations. There's Paris, Brussels, Amsterdam, Disneyland. I think Avignon is on there as well. So there's like 5 destinations from London, and the trains are way more regular. So there's way more people travelling, and they somehow managed to organise the queues better and the waiting area better than in Paris, where there's just 1 train per hour, basically. Sometimes it's 2 trains per hour, but it's just 1 destination. I'm just like, come on, Paris. If you can't organise this, how are you going to organise the Olympic Games? So anyway, Carlos, if another one of us gets married, can we invite you to roast the newlyweds and eat our food? No, I wouldn't. I barely did my best friend's wedding, so I wouldn't. You couldn't pay me to do a wedding. I don't know. It's not. I would need too much information on everyone involved at the wedding to be able to it's just, there's too many differences of audience in a wedding. There's kids, there's old people, and then there's sort of everyone in between, but then there's the family of one of them, the family of the opposite person, the friends of the other. There's too many conflicting things for me to be able to successfully do a wedding. I mean, maybe. Never say never, right? Never say never. All right, let's do one more, and then I'll do terrible translations, because we haven't done that in a while, and I've got a lot of... hold on. Oh, man, I got some terrible translations from back home. You'll have to wait. Okay, I will do it in a second. So he introduced... going back to Jivan, he introduced me to you. I think he just discovered you online somehow. He bought the tickets some months ago. Well, that's great. I'm glad that online stuff works for people who don't speak French. Amazing. Perfect. Jacqueline says, looking forward to seeing Bisou Bye. There's a few of us in Texas. Tejas, who will never see you. I will be, hopefully, in Texas next year if the production team get their shit together and get a good tour happening next year. Then, hopefully, I'll be traveling in the US and doing a more extensive tour of the US than I did last time, which will hopefully include Texas. At least Austin. Austin's a cool city. I don't know if my stuff would... I mean, Houston would work, because Houston's quite an international city. Dallas as well. Yeah, maybe. You know, as long as you're from a big city, I think, and you don't live in a little tiny village and have never travelled ever, then I think you would find my stuff funny. Whereas if you do come from a little village and never travelled ever, then probably not so much. Like when I did a show in Essex, I did my 15 or 20 minutes on stage in Colchester in Essex, and yeah, I think the audience had a hard time relating to my life of being an English person living in France for 15 years. All right, let's do some terrible translations. It's the part of the show where you would send me emails to my email address, and with terrible translations out and about. There's quite a few of them, and we go through them and see what's going on. These are usually like mostly out in the street, restaurant menus, that kind of shit. Do you know what I mean? All right, let's start. Oh, let's get it up on the screen. Is it coming up? There it is. You're connecting a pair of headphones. No, it's another device. It's my computer, bastard. All right, Alexandra Harris. Franglais in Bastille Metro. All right. Hi, Paul. Not a terrible translation, but some terrible franglais seen on an advert in Bastille Metro station. Oh, Jesus. Here we go. What does it say then? So it says, Le lac, je like. Oh, God. I mean, I guess it's an advert for a lake in Enghien-les-Bains. Now, why would they say le lac? I mean, basically, they're trying to say, like, oh, the lake. Je like. Le lac, je like. I mean, there's a thing, I don't know where it comes from, but there's a thing in France. I think it's mostly in Paris. I don't know if it's from Paris, but you know, like, the Paris metro system has, or the buses have got the tagline, je monte, je valide. Like, I do something. I blah, blah, blah. A friend of mine called Alex, Alexander Van Walsum, had a good joke about this. I can't remember what it was, but it's like, they're treating us like children. It's like, je monte, je valide. I get on the bus, I validate my ticket. You're just like, come on. So I think there must be a historical, like, je something tagline. I don't think it was the RATP that came up with it, but like, le lac, je like. Yeah, I don't like it. Right, Squeeze. No subject. Bonsoir. La première photo vient d'un aéroport en Inde, an Indian airport. The text in Hindi says, you're not allowed to eat on the floor. Oh, we had this last time where it says eating carpet something, right? Yeah, eating carpet is strictly prohibited. And what it actually says is, you're not allowed to eat on the floor. The second image is funny, but it made me think about one of your sketches of your first show where you talked about Spanish people and their level of English, which is actually a bit that I'm doing again in my new show. Okay, the English in my mind, the English I speak. That is everyone learning a language ever, right? The language that you learn in your mind looks like that. What it does is it actually, I mean, it sounds like a Lamborghini. What it actually sounds like is a truck that is it looks like bullet ridden. That's funny. What I think I sound like and what I actually sound like speaking a foreign language. Hombre, lo que pasa es que estamos aquí. Hombre, lo que pasa es que estamos aquí. Hemos ganado el Euro 2024. That's a good one. All right, thanks, Squeeze. Usama Fliss is here. Hi, Paul. Found this while scrolling randomly on Instagram. It does have a culinary meaning in Arabic, but not sure they thought it through in English. Enjoy. All right, here we go. Pardon, milady, but would you perhaps be interested in receiving a load of semen? Oh, fuck. Cement. You didn't tell me what it meant in Arabic, Usama. It does have culinary meaning in Arabic. Galette feuilletée. Well, what does it mean in Arabic? Oh, no, we need to know what it means in Arabic now, don't we? Gotta wait for somebody to join in the comments there. That's hilarious, though. Pardon, milady, would you perhaps be interested in receiving a load of semen? Who was I talking? Oh, last night we were watching the England match in a pub in England with my friend Dimitri and his girlfriend Ellie, who is Greek. And in the crowd, they had a cut to the old England goalkeeper. Goalkeeper? Hello, my name is Goalkeeper. I keep the gold. You try to put the gold, I keep the gold. Okay? Goalkeeper. His name is David Seaman. But spelt as in a man of the sea. Sea, man, right? Not spelt semen. So, yeah. Right, according to Google, no one's answering, but Google will do. Semen is a fairly flaky, square-shaped, crispy Moroccan pancake. Argaif, or flatbread, that is made from a combination of plain wheat flour and semolina. Oh, that's what my wife has been looking for at the local bakery. Because my daughter's like, oh, je veux la crêpe marocaine, or something like that, or la crêpe algérienne. So maybe this is the same thing. Maybe my daughter's been looking for semen all along. Oh, fuck off, Paul, you dirty bastard. All right, that's a good one. All right, Red Becky. Not the most appetizing name for a drink. Urinal. That can't be real. Urinal. Urinal, hot drink. No, where's this from? What language is that? That looks to me as if it's something like Polish or Hungarian. What language is that? And what does that word mean in that language? Would you like a cup of urinal? Urinal. Oh, that's amazing. Red Becky again. One for you tonight, Paul. Pet sweat. Oh. Brother, Brother, what's that, brother? Have you seen that meme? It's amazing. Brother, pet sweat. What on earth is that? Is it... I mean, I don't speak Korean or Japanese. Looks more like Japanese to me. About what that could possibly be. Pet sweat? Red Becky, we need more information. Come on. Joshua Priot. What have we got? Here's part 3 of my terrible translations from Rome. First one is a typo on a shop window. How hard is it to check something before putting it on a window? I agree. Second, isn't terrible translation, but drinks in Italian sounds funny when you say it with a French accent. Next week is going to be the last part of the terrible translations for Rome, and I kept the best for last. Joshua Isaac, let's have a look at the spelling mistake. Genuine leather. Genuine leather. Yeah, I mean, you know, it is a small sticker on a window, but it still costs money, right? To put a fucking sticker on a window. So you check it out. Genuine leather. Is that an I as well between the H and the... It looks like there's an I. Oh, no, that's the buckle of the bag. Would you like to buy a bag of genuine leather? Tutto bene. Oh, yeah. Bibite, as in bibite, which means drinks in Italian, but bibite. Speaking of bita, I've got my own terrible translation. Hold on. Let me come out of this, go back into my photos, and take... I need to find now... it was a shop in London called Bagel Bita. Would you like to put your penis in a bagel and we will sell that to you? That tastes yummy, especially with the M. Seaman sauce. Bagel bite. Works in English, doesn't work in French. Bagel bite. There was another one, I think, that manager Adam sent me. I think he did. Yeah. No, I saw it on Instagram. It popped up on my Instagram, and it's from... Oh, I think Adam sent me this. But it's from a creator called Jean-Michel Martel. And I think he's based in Canada or in the US. Anyway, on his account, he found this ranch sauce, and it says sauce de centre d'équestre. Because a ranch in America is like where you have your horses and stuff. It's like where they sleep. It's like if you own a ranch in Texas, it's where you have cattle and all that kind of stuff, which kind of sounds like centre d'équestre, the equestrian center. Would you like your equestrian center sauce on your salad there? This is in Canada. Yeah, he's in Canada. Fucking hell. It was too good. So they were two that I've just remembered that I had. Right, let's go back to your emails. Back to the emails. I wonder if we'll get Joshua towards the end. Right, let's keep going. Where are we? Yo, Paul, saw this driving school on the outskirts of Bordeaux and wondered if there's an English play on words on this. 4-wheel drive, 4x4 drive. I need your opinion. Aiden of vlogging. 4 drive. Auto-école. Location de véhicule pour l'apprentissage de la conduite en tout automobile. 4 drive. No, I don't think there is a play on words there. I mean, judging by the name of the guy who runs it, Thierry Bourdeitas. What kind of a fucking last name is that? That's amazing. 4 drive. You come to me for drive. You want to learn to drive? You come to me for drive. That's the only sense that I can make out of that. That's pretty fucking good. Mathurin, Aaron, hi Paul. Saw this in a hostel in London. In London? Cheers. Checkout is at 10 a.m. Please bring down your sheets and key. Okay? We hope you enjoy your stay with us. And if there are any issues, problems, or you need any information, our staff are here to help. Oh, I think that's just a spelling. That's just a typo. Our staff is here to help. I think we'll give them the benefit of the doubt. I think they were just typing out quickly. But yeah, you've laminated that. First of all, you've got to look at that on your computer screen and go, yeah, that's good. Then you've got to print it out on your printer. And then you look at it. And then you've got to laminate it. It goes through the laminating machine. And then you go, oh, it's still... But maybe they laminated it and thought it's too late. This happened to me. Oh, I'm going to do my own terrible translation, ladies and gentlemen. And this is totally not my fault. But this is what happens sometimes. Oh, shit. I've deleted it. Have I? No, I bet you I've still got it on Twitter. X. Who calls it X? Fuck off. So what happened was... oh, no, I have deleted it. Because I didn't want people... So some of you will have noticed, and some of you did notice, that when I posted my work in progress shows, progress had an S one S instead of two S's on it. And luckily, because I've been doing bilingual shows, here we go, I found it. So I posted that, right, on my thing, and nobody saw it. I didn't see it, manager Adam didn't see it, the whole team at Live Nation didn't see it, because it was only in the square version, because in the vertical version, there were two S's, and a whole bunch of people in the comments were like, is this because it's franglais and you're doing some sort of franglais joke? No, we're just fucking idiots. The whole team, the whole lot, everyone. So I'm making fun of this guy in the London hotel there, but we did exactly the same. It had to go through a process of graphic artists. Then it just had to get posted, really. There weren't steps of like having to see it multiple times. Right. Let's keep going. What's the time? It's 10 o'clock. Well, let's see. We're not going to get through all of these. We'll save some of them for another time. Although let's do Joshua, since he, last part of Terrible Translations in Rome, since he set us up for a sequel, we've got to finish the sequel. This time it's a menu full of typos. Right, menu. Why is there an apostrophe after menu? First mistake. Right, zuppa del giorno, soup of the day. That works. Lasagna. Backed lasagna. What the fuck is that? I don't know. Meat cannelloni. Penne do Sorrento. To Sorrento. Why didn't they just keep it in Italian? Why did they feel like they had to translate that? Oh, alla. Alla, that's why too, because alla is probably like, if you want to go to the shops, you go alla shoppo. Oh, you've actually underlined them. Wit, bacon and eggs. Oh my God, carbonara with bacon and eggs. Do you think that's German? Wit with. Oh. Penne the salmon. Penne the salmon. Grilled steak. Chick with roast potatoes. Oh, pollo. Okay, so it's chicken. It's not just a chick. Imagine that. Baby chicken with... It's the same menu. We're on the pizza now. All right, bresaola, mozzarella, cheesed, sliced beef. What the fuck is beef? Is that a mixture between deer and beef? These are good. Calzone mozzarella, cheese, mushroom, baked ham, and calzone mozzarella. What's I guess mozzarella's with two L's, is it? I don't know. Oh, Joshua, good work. All right, let's go back down the order here. Hello, Paul, I'm back. Pegaphilius, oh, look at that. Good work. Right, Pokraj. Oh no, we missed one of them there. Brumplum, hi. Paul, hope London lived up to the expectations. It did. Not really a translation as such. More idiocy and illiteracy. This German household goods price sign has been doing the rounds in various language forums in which I participate. Regards. What's this? We've got Ewa Clem Gummi Fusmate. What's wrong with this? Is that upside down? No, it does say welcome. I thought maybe... Gummy Fus... I don't understand the problem with that one. I mean, welcome's written upside down, but... It does say welcome upside down. What's the... More idiocy and illiteracy? I don't get it. Oh, Brumplum, hold on. Brumplum's in the house. He's live. Brumplum, what the hell's going on here? I don't understand. I don't understand, Brumplum, what the problem is. Ewo Clem. Welcome is upside down. Yeah, but it's the right way round if you look at it from the other side. Like if you're on the other side of... I mean, yeah, they could have just taken the it is upside down, but it's not that upside down. Because if I do that, well, that doesn't do anything for you, does it? If you flip it upside down, all of you look at the screen like upside down, like I was. It says welcome normally. Oh, God, Paul. Fucking hell. You absolute tit. Yeah, all right, I get it now. I get it. It's because on the sign, it says welcome backwards. Because on the thing, it says wa Clem. Okay. Do you think this is time for me to go home and go to sleep? I think it probably is, isn't it? All right, let's do one more. I'm going to pick one at random from Tio or Susie. Let's do Susie. I haven't seen Susie for a while. Hi, Paul. While watching your rant about the needlessly complicated ticket options for Paris transport, I noticed this as you scroll down to look at the different ticket types. Find the right title for your needs. Oh, come on, Île-de-France Mobilité. You guys are better than this. Oh my God. Because in French you say un titre de transport, a title of transport. No. Find the right ticket for your needs. You absolute bellend, Paris. Jesus Christ. Valérie Pécresse, get it sorted. Here's the ironic thing. Valérie Pécresse came to my stand-up show in 2016. 2016-17, she came to her show. She came to my show. She came to my show. And afterwards, we had a chat. And she was like, listen, the Olympics are coming in a few years. And I want the level of English in Île-de-France to be, because she's the president of Île-de-France, the whole region of Paris and the surrounding areas. She's like, I want English to be better in Île-de-France. And they've developed an English language learning app called Quioz, Q-I-O-Z. Clearly, it's not fucking worked! Has it, Valerie? Valerie, hire me. Because you can't be translating the official RATP Île-de-France Mobilité app if people are trying to buy tickets to the metro, saying find the right title for your needs. Well, the right title for my needs is Lord. I'm Lord Taylor, okay? That's my title. Lord Taylor. There we go. Ah, what a bunch of fucking idiots. All right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that is terrible translations for now. When I come back doing these lives at some point, we'll do some more. But for now, this has been amazing. This has been 38 episodes. I think it's 38 or 39 episodes. Over the past year, I started doing these Monday Night Lives in September last year, and I've missed a few over the past 9 months, but mostly I've been here. But now I need to take a break for the summer because I'm on holiday. I've got my shows, the Olympics are coming, and I've got the Edinburgh Festival. And so all of that means that I'm not really available until September. So I may be back in September for the lives. I'm not guaranteeing I will be back. I might be back with something even better than a Monday Night Live. And I might be live on Instagram. Follow me on Instagram for my Olympic marathon on August the 10th. I think I might do a live on Instagram before I go racing. The problem with Instagram is that a lot of people will join the live and won't necessarily know what the fuck is up. You guys are the proper legends. So maybe I'll go live on YouTube. I don't know. We'll see. In any case, it's been an absolute pleasure this last 9 months being live every Monday night, pretty much. And Patreon, as I said, I will be with you in a couple of minutes to carry this on for one last Monday Night Live with you guys. And if you're wanting to come and see the show live in Edinburgh or the work in progress shows for the next couple of days, it's paultaylorcomedy.com/tickets. That's always the website. And there's a mailing list on there. And if you sign up, then I will send you an email when new dates become available so that you don't miss when there might be shows coming in your area. So there we go. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been an absolute pleasure. Patreon, I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Everybody else, thanks for being here, and I'll see you very soon. Have a great summer if you're going on holiday. If you're not going on holiday, then have a great couple of weeks. And I'll see you probably in September. Peace, bye!